Smart 24, driving business. Smart 24, driving business.
We'll be back from that break. It's exactly 35 minutes past 9 a.m. and we're still discussing the business matters here. I'm still joined with Petson, and of course we are going to have a recap of the week, the stories, of course, he's been working on. Some of them have been your favorite stories, of course, checking them out with quite a great insight. And we're going to be having just a discussion regarding them in the last 15 minutes of the show. But before we go there, don't forget Zabu, start 9 to hash, and you'll be available with quite a lot of options. So you can even choose to go for government bonds, you can go for company securities. Well, trading has just been made easier, trading stocks, for example, and this can be done at whatever part of the country you will be at. You could be in a remote area, an urban area, and of course you will be in position to buy. And you can still withdraw your money in case you still don't want. You're done. You like, I want to sell my shares. You will get somebody to get to take those shares, and you will be in position to get back your money. Well, still back now to the topical discussion, the weekly topical discussion. What are those stories that have been really making headlines on business today in particular? And now, Petson, still into this discussion. Yesterday, I saw something on business outsourcing.
Yeah, business
process outsourcing.
Policy.
Policy, yes.
This is a policy that government wants to embark on at the moment.
Yeah.
BPO is business processing, process outsourcing.
Okay.
And according to the PS, that's the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. So remember, this is a government project that's going to be implemented, but through the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. And then yesterday I was at Sheraton trying to make that story. I had an interview with the PS. Of course, we were very many reporters around from other TV stations.
Yeah.
So we were now discussing this policy, how it is going to work, and what is it in any way. What is BPO? What is business process outsourcing policy? What is it? And what is it that is going to help us? You get?
Yeah.
So Amina Zawede, that's the permanent secretary to the Minister of ICT, and she was like, this policy, actually, it was a nationwide consultation. They were consulting academia, CEOs, even our CEO at Smart 24 TV was there. They're trying to see how this policy is going to work and how it's going to help us.
Okay.
Now, this is what she said. She was like, this BPO, the business process outsourcing policy, it's going to prepare our youth here in Uganda to give them more skills that can be attracted even to some of the employable jobs, not only in Uganda, but also
in other countries.
International ways.
Okay.
Because other countries have done it. Kenya has done it.
Okay.
Ethiopia and very many countries.
Okay.
Why not Uganda? So that's one of the stories that I did. That was yesterday, of course, to read the business today. So it's a very important policy. If we can
really adapt
to it. It's very important. You see, Uganda has got youth, over 75%, over 75%.
The biggest population.
The youth, the biggest populations, they are youth. And there's a lot of unemployment opportunities, you get.
And
unemployment opportunities are very many. They are happening. So that's the PS set there.
Okay.
Amina Zawedi trying to give us how this policy is going to help us. But basically, that's the most important thing.
Well, now talking about still that, what do you think would be limiting? Because I think when they're talking about implementation of a policy, we want to understand how realistic is it, because there are challenges that they
Of course.
Yes. And when do they intend to start this policy?
It's been there for a while, but it's only yesterday that they started now consulting different people, different minds, to help now implement this policy. How are we going to implement it? How is it going to be implemented here?
So what they consulted, when do they think they're going to start to?
It will start there and then this very year.
This very year.
This very year. It's going to start this very year. However, there are a couple of challenges, like they said. Sometimes the cost to access capital is also very difficult. It's also hard for them. And this is most of the things that they were talking about. And they were like most of the agencies, MDs, government MDCs, MDS, they have not adopted this. They are still taking it not serious. They don't think it is that very important.
Okay.
And I was talking to Chichoncho. Chichoncho Isabella is the vice chairperson, BPO project at the Ministry of ICT. So she was like, there are a lot of problems, challenges, but the biggest one, people haven't adopted to this. Some institutions haven't yet adopted to this. You see, let's talk about now the private outsourcing companies. You get. For example, if Smart 24 TV wants employees, wants employees, wants workers,
yeah,
then they can use a certain private
outsourcing. Okay.
That outsourcing company, you know what it does? It makes sure that it prepares these people for Smart 24 TV job.
Oh yeah.
And give them the skills. You get. So that company will be trusted by Smart 24 TV. That it is going to release people who are capable to work for Smart 24 TV.
Okay.
That's what the government wants to do. Now the government wants to have it. Just its outsourcing policy. Come over here. Government skills its youth, or the country skills its youth within. You get, so that they can be at a standard level. I mean, to the standard international. You get, but a Ugandan youth can also work in Ethiopia, can also work in UK. You can also sit on your computer online, and you're working for a UK company or a Californian company. However, then I had to question her and said, how possible is this when the internet costs are still high?
Actually, putting even that aside, something small. The experts training these youth. I want to know, are they locals? Are they getting international expatriates, or we have our very own training?
We don't need to go for international experts and stuff. We have our professors here. We have our professors, we have our doctors here who have got good degrees from here, good masters, whatever. They are here. They can teach. They can add on the skills of these people. The Ugandan youth. You get Ugandan youth here. So that we prepare them to be to a level that you can even work for BBC. You can even work for Al Jazeera. I'm just giving an example for those international whatever. So that's what government is embarking on at the moment. And that story I did it yesterday.
You are talking about the internet.
I was telling you about the internet. She was like, I questioned her, but Madam, issues of internet, you're saying the Ugandan youth can also work online. You be here, they give you the skills to work online. Even if you're in Arua, you're in Kasese, you can work for a Kampala company or a UK company when you're here, when you're in Kasese or when you're somewhere. But still, I was like, now we have a problems of internet prices still high.
Internet prices are still
high. And she was like, they are working on it to make sure that internet comes down. But those people who have got the opportunity to work outside, they will make sure that they subsidize for them this internet cost so that they can work, because this is our thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what she's saying.
I mean, such a policy.
I think she's the one there over the screen. That's Amina Zawadi, permanent secretary to the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, trying to get to the podium, I think, to address the public. I think she was there. She was just finishing up. She had just finished up giving us all that. And of course, we went outside and make
the one-on-one interview. So maybe before, this is becoming interesting. In the past, there has been this aspect of, when the employers are advertising for jobs, they put a condition that you need to have a certain experience. Can I say, when this is implemented, that will end, because the company has skilled me already. So I don't need experience. Do I need experience? 5 years experience?
Experience is key. You get experience is key because what government is going to do is to add on your skills and on your experience.
So if I don't have experience, but I'm willing to work, and there are lots of youth out there,
They will still help you. They will still help you gain skills. You get.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. We have a problem. I have been moving on certain hotels, here. These 5-star hotels. And so if you see most of the chefs, very many of them comes from Kenya. Executive chef, so and so, coming
You're
from
right.
Kenya.
you get the head, the chief, the
Head street chef, what executive coming from Kenya, coming from where others are Indians, others are whites. I'm not saying it is bad.
Yeah.
You get, but why not our Ugandan boys and girls are not the executive chefs? Skills.
Okay.
Skills. That's the thing.
very
So we are not. Government had not yet impact on marketing its people even to the international or even to the outside countries. That's why we are losing out on this.
So government
Everything they want to do here, they need to get an expert from outside the country. They think.
That's a very key point.
Yes.
You mentioned government has not taken enough initiatives to market our labor
force outside. That was the problem. And that's what the Minister of ICT and National Guidance is impacting on yesterday, and that's the story we did.
Wow. Then I think we have about 5 minutes. Let's talk about UNBS complaining about.
UNBS. I went actually to GOTV at UNBS offices to meet Dr. Livingstone Eburu, that's the executive director, Ugandan National Bureau of Standards, to give us more insights about this. They were complaining. You see, we've just had the budget framework paper, and they were given not enough amounts to execute their work. And these are the people who certify our products here, made here. They are the one who make sure that our products hit the international market. You get, after certifying. I moved around the UNBS offices. There are a lot of machinery there, but they still need more. And then Dr. Livingstone was like, this is the money that they have allocated to us. It's not that enough. We need money. They need officers to put to different districts, different border border points. They need officers at Mpondwe, that's in Kasesa, at Busia, to make sure that fake products don't enter the country.
Don't enter the country.
You get
so it's about funds.
They are understaffed.
They're understaffed.
That's another problem.
Okay, now underfunding and understaffed. So what could be causing the bigger issue here? Because there is an aspect whereby you have staff, but you don't have money to pay the staff. And probably that is causing some to resign from their jobs, or some simply
money to pay staff could be there, but the staff are not
there.
Well, that's the hindrance. You get that's the hindrance. And these are the people who certify all our products. They are the ones who make sure that any food products that is manufactured here, could be bread, is free from germs. Is free from germs. All the grains that are made to make our posho here is free from aflatoxins. But the ones who check, you remember Kenya used to but that was political. Let me not go in for political. But they want to make sure that all our products that we produce here hit international markets, so that we can also have our market outside. We sell our products outside. Now, if you're not giving us funds to execute our job, are we going to make it? The answer is automatically no.
I think they really need the outsourcing.
Maybe. Maybe. So that was it at UNBS, and Dr. Livingstone was giving it. These are some of the products. I was at their offices. If you can look at
I'm seeing.
These are some of the products that very many manufacturers bring at their offices for them. You can see my picture there.
I'm seeing.
That was that's Mr. Aziz. That's Mr. Aziz. Manager testing. You get manager testing. All these are testing chemicals there to see that all products are safe and can be consumed by a human being and reach the international market. That's the stuff now at work. You get all that. Those are scientists. There's no journalists. The only journalists there maybe live here. who's making PR and stuff. But all these ones are all these people.
I mean, they're scientists.
Yes, they are all scientists. So that's what's going on at UNBS. They need even more machinery.
It's impressive.
Yeah, they need more machinery. All those things. My cameraman was also critical to make sure that all these machines come over, and they're expensive, my friend.
That office is in, you said it's in
Testing.
No, like,
it's a laboratory.
like
There are very
location.
many offices.
the location.
Yeah, the location that where you get it.
You wouldn't wear gear.
I was where you get it.
Okay.
Now you can see all these are spirits.
Spirits, they're
the
being
chibuku, I don't know they call how they call them. They're Romis wine, and
Romis, yeah.
I'm seeing some
There's
few
even a
sodas.
cock there.
All those you can see the officer. The officer is there trying to test and see, are these consumable?
Okay.
Can they go outside?
Outside.
This in Canada, in USA, can they be taken? Can they be consumed?
Okay.
By these people? That's the work those guys are doing there.
That's-
Biggest problem, they are understaffed. There are not enough staff to do
enough
that
staff.
work.
Okay.
So Dr. Livingstone was making alarms like, we can't move on like that. We just need staff so that business can go on. You see, the only country can earn foreign exchange through this. If our products are going outside, Babi Jumbira, Babi Gula, then that means the country is gaining money, is getting money.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Benson, for that.
You're welcome.
Insight. That was very interesting. And of course, we've come to the end of SB this particular morning on the 20th of January. Of course, today, Friday. And of course, I'm very grateful for how we started from all the way from the updates at 7 a.m. till now at 9:50 as we are winding up. And of course, don't forget our social media handles at Smart24 TV, that's on Twitter, Smart24 TV official on Facebook, and Smart24 TV live on YouTube. Here you will be in position to get us at whatever part of the globe you will be.
But they
at.
shouldn't forget that business edition is also coming their way every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Business edition, we make a recap of the stories, all the stories that make the headlines of our
make the
plate.
headlines.
And myself, I'll be making it.
And maybe before I mention the final remarks, how should the people follow you up? What's your social media handles like?
Just at Petson Mumbe, that's Twitter. Facebook, Petson Mumbe.
Okay.
Just that.
Well, thank you. I always say it's my favorite reporter. My opinion, you're entitled to your opinion, definitely. And now it's exactly 51 minutes past the hour of 9 a.m. Thank you for all the way we started from, and of course, from the entire production team putting together this content that we deliver to you, much more appreciated. And of course, more business still coming the way. I'll be joining you tonight again at exactly 8 p.m. with Smart Tech. And this time around, the discussion will be just about upgrades in the e-learning platform. And of course, getting to understand the benefits of digital classes. Yes, that and more coming up on Smart Tech, 8 a.m. And of course, don't forget to follow me on my Twitter handle, AndrewBarija94. We can always have discussions on what topics you would really want me to be talking about on Smart Tech, or even on Smart Means Business at the same time. Coming up is Financial Markets with Anthony Sebali. Till next week, Monday. Goodbye.
Smart 24, driving business.